Well, Demario, what does this latest award mean to you?
Man, it's a tremendous honor. I think anytime you get a recognition of this stature, it takes you back to your why. And for me, my why will always be centered around my faith. I think we're called to take the gospel to the ends of the earth. And I'm so grateful to this organization because of the platform that I have here. I'm able to do that. I'm able to have an intense local impact with partners like the 18th Ward. I'm able to have a national impact with partners like Stand Together. And because of like the Saints and our game, I'm able to have a worldwide impact with trips like going to Paris. And it's a tremendous honor to be able to get this award, but to be able to live out your why just is so rewarding. I'm very grateful to our game. This award is the highest honor that you can get inside of our game. Hold on one second. Hey, can we turn it down?
Turn it off, man.
Thank you. This award is the highest honor that you can receive in our game. I think it speaks to the person is named after, Walter Payton. He was a tremendous player on the field, and our game will always be around the product that's on the field. But even more important is the impact that we're able to have in the communities that we serve. And that's why I'm proud of our game. And this award embodies everything that our game is about. When you look around the 32 guys who are highlighted for this award, the first thing that's going to speak is their product on the field. These guys are elite players, most of them top of their position or top 5 of their position. And so their product on the field speaks first. But then even more, the impact that they're having off the field is either equivalent or greater than what they're doing on the field. And that's what our game is about. I was so proud of the NFL, and it was last year the Super Bowl was hosted here in New Orleans. And to be here hosting the world that's coming, in town for the Super Bowl, what you saw more than anything was the impact that the game was bringing to the community. It was not just about this great game that was happening on the field. All of New Orleans was uplifted. There were new fields being created. There was green environments, being planted. There was so much impact. Education system, resources were being pumped into the education system. And so what you saw was the community impact that our game has. When I got a chance to go overseas to Paris with the New Orleans Saints, before we even bring a game there, it's about going into the community. We went in the community, we were forming relationships with the people. We were helping bring awareness around flag football and youth flag football and girls flag football. And so what you see, what our game represents is not just having a great product on the field, but impacting the community. And I think that's what I'm most proud to be a part of. And that's why it's such a tremendous honor to me.
Forgive me for not knowing, but were you always involved in the community in like New York and Cleveland, or was there something about New Orleans coming here that made you want to get involved?
So I became a lot more community oriented in college, where my life changed. Once I gave my life to Christ, it became more about living for something that was greater than myself. I had always been about the glory that I could get on the field. And once my life changed, it became how can I serve, or how can I use the platform to impact the locker room? How can I use the game to impact the community? So that changed in college. And so, of course, that went with me when I was drafted to New York, and it went with me in Cleveland. And I got a chance to form a lot of relationships and do some great work. I think what's unique about getting a chance to serve here in New Orleans is it's one of the most unique cities in the country. But the amount of pride that's here in the city, and serve, it's such an easy place to serve because there's a need like there is everywhere, but the heart and the willingness for people to come alongside you and serve and the gratitude that they have for you wanting to reach out. My wife and I, we go all throughout the city, and the amount of thank yous that we hear, and people aren't saying thank you for what you do on the field. They say thank you for what you do in the community. And that gratitude makes it easy to serve. That's not why you do it. You're not doing it to hear a thank you, but that gratitude just doing something for you. It gives you an extra boost. It lets you know that your work isn't being taken for granted, and people see it and they appreciate it. But also the willingness to come alongside you. We've had great partners to come alongside us from the Willow School, Carver, Oshner, 18th Ward, Giving Hope, and there's many more that I could go on endlessly, because the work isn't done alone, it's done with partnerships. And it's the people of this city that make this place great, and it's very easy to serve.
Hey, Demario, I know you and Cam as well. I mean, y'all won't be playing football forever, but how important is it for like some of these younger guys to kind of, that y'all pass the torch to those guys, and like, what is it going to take to find the next Demario and Cam Jordan?
Man, I think, Cam Jordan is the right name. You talk about the embodiment of serving. I think he represents it as high as anyone. So anyone coming into the Saints locker room, I don't think there's a greater epitome of what that looks like than Cam Jordan. Every Tuesday since he's been in the league, he's used that to go and serve this city. He's gone to schools, hospitals, everywhere. Every Tuesday that he has off, he's been out in the city. And so I think for our young guys, and having generational impact is what it's about. I was grateful to be able to bring some of the young linebackers, Jalen Ford and Isaiah Stahlberg. They were able to come over to one of the projects we did with the 18th Ward, and to see that generational impact. They were pouring into the coaches that are going to go and talk to the youth in the city and coach the youth in the city. And so to see me being in year 14 pouring into two guys that are in their second year, and to see them pouring into some coaches who are a little bit younger than them, and then those coaches to be able to pour into to kids, it was just amazing to see that generational impact. And as I kind of stepped back in that moment, it was like, this is what it's about. Everything that you learn, all the things that you acquire in life is meant to be passed down and passed forward. And so just grateful that I could, participate in that type of way.
Walter Payton was a household name in Brandon?
Well, I mean, when you think about, when I was growing up, I took a lot of pride in being from Mississippi, because some of the greatest players at the most key positions were from Mississippi. And I was an offensive guy when I played, ball in high school, in middle school. And so when you look at Walter Payton, Brett Favre, Jerry Rice, got like quarterback, running back, wide receiver, some of the greatest players that ever played a game, they were from. And I think Walter Payton took the cake for me, because it was something that taught me about work ethic, and so I was like, how did he become so good? And people would, tell me, this is before YouTube, and so you couldn't really just go and watch all his highlights. You had to read about him in an encyclopedia, and they would say he ran hills, or he, ran through the woods and dodged trees. And so that's what I would do. Like, I would go and find my neighborhood woods and go and dodge the trees. I would go to the hill at my school, and I would run the hills. And that was my first, I feel like, trying to embody something that I heard somebody about. And, as I got older and realized not only was he just sweetness on the field, it was also his kindness and his character that went before him. And that's what I wanted to represent. I wanted to have my character speak just as loudly as my game. And I think when you look at the 32 names across the league, that's what all these guys represent. And so it's a tremendous honor. It's a great accomplishment. And I'm proud to be a part of one of those guys. But I do want to win the award, so y'all make sure y'all vote for me.
How does one go about dodging a tree? What does that mean?
Dodging a tree means running full speed and not running into the trees. So working on agility.
You start hitting the trees once you switch the defense?
You know what? Every tree, every wall corner, every column, you're doing a move now. And so I was doing it at an early age just with my feet. Now I'm using my hands.
Gotcha. All right. He left Fred McAfee off that list.
Oh, yeah, Fred McAfee. That's the GOAT of all GOATs. That's understood. What's understood ain't got to be explained.